everybody. Welcome back from the weekend. This is Russell again. I'm so excited to be hanging out with you guys. Today, we are officially into week number 4, day 22. This is traffic week, which I hope you guys are pumped for. As you guys know, last week, we got the funnel done. We got it all set up. We got it flipped on. We got everything connected. And then on Thursday and Friday, I had a chance to talk to you guys about the Epiphany Bridge story. Most of you guys, if you followed the instructions and you hashtag did what Russell said, you actually went live and you did your Epiphany Bridge story on your Facebook page, which is pretty exciting. And hopefully, if you've also been following all the instructions that Rachel gave you on week number 1, you have your Facebook page, you have content going in there. So when this video showed up, it wasn't just coming to a ghost town, right? There were people there and it was the beginning of something amazing. So hopefully you guys have done those things. Also, I gave you the assignment this weekend to focus on your Dream 100 and start building it out. And hopefully you've got that, because a lot of these things we're talking about, they're all foundational, right? They're always little things that are going to be adding upon each other. And a lot of this week during traffic week, Rachel's going to be taking you through a lot of amazing exercises and things. If you've been doing these things, it's going to make your job so much easier and so much more fun. So I'm excited. I'm excited to have Rachel back. She's an amazing teacher, and she's someone who is just a huge part of the ClickFunnels community. I'm excited to bring her back to you guys. You're going to have a lot of fun with her today. And like I said, this week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are all going to be focused with Rachel. She's going to be here. I'm going to introduce her. She's going to run the show, and I'll come back and make sure you guys get the one pager. But other than that, next 3 days, you're going to be learning from her. Make sure you are doing each of the steps. Pay attention. Don't just listen and goof off. Watch the process, go get the one pager, and then do the thing. The people who are doing the thing, if you notice, are the ones who have the most success so far. I want you guys all to hit the One Comma Club from this process, from the One Funnel Way Challenge, but it only works if you are doing each of the steps in the process. I know some of you guys may feel like you're behind and things like that. That's okay. Just keep moving forward, keep getting things plugged in. And then any day now, traffic, people, sales, all that kind of stuff's gonna be happening. So it's gonna be fun. I hope you guys are excited. This is Traffic Week. You're hanging out with Rachel, which is gonna be so much fun. We've been having fun with her here in the office. Hopefully you guys have fun over the next 3 days. So that said, Rachel, you ready? All right, you guys, put our hands together for Rachel Miller.
Hey guys, it's a big hair day because it's a big day in Boise, and I'm here with you in One Funnel Away. How many of you have already built your offers, already built your sales pages even? Give yourself a massive pat on the back. It took me 2 or 3, I think it was only 2 weeks to create my first sales page in ClickFunnels. And I struggled with it. I fought with it. I wrestled with it. And then I was also super grateful and super excited when I saw my first sales coming in. And I can't wait to hear each and every one of you tell us that that is what's happening with your funnels that you're building right now. Today is all about traffic. So it's a great thing to have this offer. It's a great thing to collect the audience. And if you've been following along, you should have been, remember guys, we created your page and we created your content and you created your offer and all of those things. You've been posting consistently to your page this entire time. And now it's time for you to stand up, love, and serve your people. What does that look like? You love and you serve when you get a transformation from your audience. Now, I want you all to think about yourselves. When did you, for me, okay, think of me. I don't change the oil in my car. Do you know what I do? Is I go to the mechanic place and I pay them $35 and they change my oil. How much impact in my life is my mechanic having on my day-to-day life with changing my oil? A lot, kind of, in the sense that my car wouldn't run. I wouldn't be able to bring my kids to orthodontist appointments. But at the same time, I don't know his name. I actually don't even remember this place. I just know it's on that street in Roanoke. I don't know anything about the guy other than he's been changing my oil for a long time. He hasn't truly made an impact in my life. We make the biggest impact in our customers' lives when we get them to invest in us. Just like you are doing right in here in One Funnel Away. Get them to invest in us with their time and with their money. Not one, both. Okay? So I love that you're here. You're investing your time. You're investing your money so you can learn, so you can have a transformation. Now you need to require the same out of your audience. If you truly love them, you are going to sell to them. I had to get that out of my head because I used to be a blogger. And I grew massive blogs. I grew them into 10 million page views a month coming in traffic. And you know what, guys? I was not truly loving them because I gave them everything for free. And it's time for you to stand up and love your audience because you're not going to give them everything for free. You're going to ask them to invest in themselves. And you're going to ask them to invest with time and with money because you know that that's going to make a difference in their lives. I got goosebumps because I can't wait to see you bring your audience to that result. Okay, so remember where we are. You're bringing them, there we go. You're bringing them from their pain to where they're taking action. They've invested in themselves, they're taking action to that result, that result that they're getting. Okay, you're bringing them from pain to the result. How do you do that though, is with your content. We talked about this earlier. You've got posts that you're creating that are about the steps that they're taking to go from pain, those baby steps, those getting rid of the mugs, and the feeling that they felt when they got rid of those mugs. You're bringing them along that journey with lots and lots of photos and videos and conversation starters. Each of these go into your funnel. Yes, your funnel is a sales page, but your funnel is also the entire process where you bring someone from a stranger who doesn't know who you are into someone who's exposed to you and hooked, into someone who's landed. They've engaged with you. They've talked to you. They're your person, but you don't own them yet. And then you're going to convert them into traffic that you own and you can control. So you've got this funnel and it's full of lots and lots of content. Your content is flowing in, right? It's dropping in. Now what do? We need to bring them through these stages of the funnel with our traffic. It's not enough to just craft the traffic. We have to bring them. We can't just give them everything for free. We have to help them have that transformation. And that transformation, you and I both know, comes when you invest in yourself. How do we get our audience to invest in themselves? We do it first by hooking them. That's where you give them content, they don't know who you are, and they engage. And they say, you are my person. I'm in the right place. Who do you give this traffic to? Cold. So we're going to show you tomorrow, I hope, how to attract that cold traffic, how to get that traffic when you're starting from zero. You're going to get them hooked, get them engaged, even if they're cold. They're cold before, they're not going to be cold anymore. Then you're going to tell them the story. You're going to tell them your story, but you're also going to tell them their own story because you know that when you speak their story back to them, they're going to connect with you on a super deep level. You're going to connect with the story, and this is when you're landing them. You're landing them into an audience. An audience is different than an email list. An email list is a lead that you get to own. When you land them, they're an audience that you can collect and you can control. Do you remember all the way back, it was a while ago, when we talked about building a page, and I told you the reason why you really want to build a page is because you can collect those audiences. This is where pages are so valuable because you've landed that person and you've collected them. They've gotten onto your hook. What do we collect here? We collect video views, we collect page engagement, we collect group. We collect different people into different audiences. We're going to show you how to do that in a little bit. And then the last one is you've got people that you own. This basically means that they've taken your offer. Now, your first offer is probably not something that they've invested money in. Most likely, your first offer is get onto my email list. And then your next offer is get onto my SMS list or another form of communication so you can follow up with them 2 different times on 2 different places that you own that person. Because we all know how many of you are like me and you have more than one email, one that goes to spam and one you actually check. Well, how do we get them to give us their real emails? It's by connecting with them multiple times in multiple ways. So get them on our email list, SMS, but also our SLO. Our self-liquidating offer. So if you're listening right now and you have an offer that's under $25, this is that traffic. You're collecting that person into an initial purchase that then you can sell them your real product, that product that's going to help them really get that transformation in a little bit. So we're bringing them through this journey. We're bringing them through this journey with our content. And as we're doing that, we're collecting our audiences. And we're collecting them at different stages in the funnel. So we've hooked them. We've got them now where we've told our story, and they've converted to our story, and they've told us their own stories. And we've got it now where we even have their email addresses, and we own that traffic. Now, how do we do this? How do we bring them from people who don't know who we are at all? They've never seen us, they've just seen our post, into people who've landed, they've engaged with our content. We've been able to capture their attention with our Facebook page or Instagram or whatever that platform is. We've captured their attention into, oh my word, now we have their email address, so we don't need Facebook. We don't need Instagram. We don't need LinkedIn to follow up with our people. We can just use email and SMS or whatever that system is that you're going to use. Okay, so how do we bring them through this traffic? We do that by promoting our content. Now, there's a lot of different ways to promote, and I love brainstorming here. So those of you who are listening, I would love for you to tell us, what's your favorite way to promote content? I bet a lot of you, some of you might be saying, boosting. That's when you put ad dollars on a post and you tell Facebook, find me people that like this post. And Facebook says, sure. Now, here's the deal, guys. Facebook's going to give you the lowest traffic sometimes. So until you're good at it, sometimes your boosts don't go anywhere. And sometimes your boosts can go gangbusters when you have your page fine-tuned. And we're going to get you there. So you can do boosts. You could also do share. I'm sure you've seen this. I actually, during the One Funnel Away challenge, not the One Funnel Away, during the lead challenge, I was inside the WhatsApp group and I kept seeing a couple of people over and over and over again drop their leads, right? They're sharing their funnel. They're sharing their funnel. Well, that is one way to do it. But guys, I would strongly suggest that you don't just go share it randomly like that person was doing inside of the 5-day lead challenge. How many of you guys saw that explosion, right? You guys saw how someone shared their link 15 times and people called them a spammer. You don't want to be called a spammer. So you want to share, but you want to share in a way that makes your host and the place you're sharing to feel and look amazing. Okay, so you want to share. You can also do PMs, where you send the post in a PM or you tag someone. You could also invite someone to take action on the post. You can also get an influencer. You could also share it through a network. So let's say you're active on, say, Clubhouse. You can have a link in your bio at Clubhouse to your funnel or to a post on Facebook. You can link to it and a hashtag, because people use hashtags for searching. You could even, if you're good at metadata and you're one of those Google nerdy people, you can even hack the SEO of a post so you can land on Google searches and use search engine traffic to go to Facebook posts. You could even send it out through email. Let's see, anything else? Oh, we can also send it over SMS or PMs. I did SMS. Okay, I think I got almost all of them. Oh, groups. Oh, and I forgot comments. How many of you guys have heard of comments, where people drop their link into comments in different places? These are all different ways that you can promote your content. So if you're on right now and you're like, oh my word, I'm taking notes like mad, Rachel, all of these ideas, I want you guys to know, like, breathe. We've got them in a one-pager for you. So at the end, if you're like, whoa, there's so much information, Rachel, all these ways to share, I don't know where to start. We break these steps down for you inside of one pager. So it's coming. Hang on tight. These are all different ways. We've just spitballed ideas of ways that we can promote our content. We can hire a blogger to feature it or an influencer. We can share it into a Facebook group that's relevant if they allow it. And some groups do, guys, believe it or not. Some groups love it when you share your content. We can have an SMS thread that goes out. We can have a hashtag and do hashtag research. We can send it to our other networks. We can PM people with the links. These are all different ways to promote our content. But there's a little bit of a kicker, guys. I saw this happen in real time with Oreo. Oreo, there was not a Super Bowl game because that's football. Y'all, I don't do sports. It was the basketball equivalent of football, the Super Bowl. And everyone's inside the stadiums and they're watching this basketball game and the lights go out. The second the lights go out, Oreo made a post about how you can dunk it in the dark. And they had the Oreo being dunked in the dark. And it went out on Twitter and they made it into an ad instantly. They captured the event that's happening. They made a pattern interrupt. They did all the right things. They made that post, perfect post. And they followed the trend of what just happened. Get all these shares happening at one time. How many of you guys know about that? I guess not very many of you. Because it fizzled and burned. It had a big burst at the time it happened, and then it fizzled and burned. That was not an active campaign that's going to drive traffic to them for years to come. And I want you to do the work once. One of my mentors, and guys, this is what I love about groups like this one, and groups like 2 Comma Club, and groups where you get to have peers that challenge you and help you move forward. One of my peers, and one of the people that I'm in a group with, Ruth, she told me, invest and do the tasks that when you do them once, they work for you again and again and again for months and years to come. Guys, a funnel does that, but your content should also be doing that too. The way you promote should also be doing that too. It's work you do once, but it works for you. It has little legs. It becomes your army and works for you while you sleep. Okay, so how did Oreo do it? Oreo did it the old way. Well, actually, people still do this, so it's not necessarily the old way, but this is the way, it's your old way. Oreo had everybody in the stadium at one time share the fact that their Oreos were being dunked in the dark. At one time, it went out. When you do this, you get a fast burst, but it fizzles. So they had an influencer, they had a comment thread, they had a PMs, they had a group that they shared it into, they had a boost that went out and they had ad money. They did it though, all at one time. And it fizzled just as fast as it grew. That's the old way. The new way, or the way I want all of you to grow your content, is to focus on that dream customer. You've all had that offer of your dream customer. You know who that dream customer is now. You know who it is that you're delivering your framework to and who you're delivering your offer to. That perfect customer knows other perfect customers. And those customers know other perfect customers. And they know other perfect customers. This is what a viral looks like. It's when one person who takes action drives your content out to tons of people. It's lots of people taking action. It's lots of, how many of you guys have heard Russell call this? He calls it hooks. Lots of hooks. Now, I'd like to think of hooks both as ads, both as content and posts that you're putting out, but also those times that you promote. It's any time you're putting your face and your program and your product in front of your people. That's your hook. You're putting it out there and saying, hey, I'm here. Is this something that would be beneficial to you? Now notice, guys, there's a trend here. You post it once, and then there's the first wave. That first wave, those first followers that take action. Now, they take action because maybe you posted onto your page, or maybe you left a note link to it in a comment. You posted it into your page, you shared it, you've left a comment. You had a little bit of people take action. Then those people see it again, and they take action. So you have a second wave. That second wave, you can actually manufacture this. You don't need to just wait on the lottery and say, okay, I posted my content to my people and I just waited and nothing happened, or I posted it everywhere and then nothing happened. That happened, it fizzled because you posted it in a way that wasn't feeding the platform. It didn't seem or feel authentic. It didn't feel authentic to your people. So how do you do it? You post it to your page, then you might comment somewhere and leave a link to it. Next up, you have a second wave. So you wait at least 2 hours, if not 4 hours, or even a day. And then you might put some money on it and put it into a group. And then you might, this is my last one, guys. I always wait for email because I don't want to flood my people with emails all the time. So I wait for email if it's been successful and have an influencer. I'm not going to ask for an affiliate for my funnel when I've never driven traffic to the funnel and I don't know if it converts. I'm not going to email my ad to the world unless I know it converts, because I know I want my emails. I get one a day. I want to make sure it's the best email, 1 or 2 a week, even sometimes, depending on how big your business is. You don't want every single piece of content going to your email. You don't want every single piece of content pitching your affiliates and asking them to promote. What you want is the best ones. So you wait and see where it lands and if it took off before you move on to that next stage. And even if it doesn't take off, but you know this is a solid piece, well, you're going to first do one stage of promotion, then you're going to do a second stage of promotion, then you're going to do a third stage of promotion. So going back to this list right here, guys, you've been posting content to your page regularly. So now it's your turn to take one of those pieces of content and pick 2 of these tasks and do that with this piece of content. And then take another piece of content and do 2 more of these tasks to promote that second piece of content. And then go back and do that a third time. You're putting lots of hooks into that audience, because into your ocean, right? The more hooks you put in there, the more chances you have of them seeing you and joining you. Now, a lot of you are saying this is a lot of work. It is a little bit of work. I would suggest, a lot of people say like, oh, I don't have the time to do this. I want you to know that if you can devote 10 minutes a day to loving your people, to serving your people, you can get this results for them. You can get results where your traffic and your audience grows because you're going to promote just 10 minutes a day. Guys, I do this with a song. I turn on the song every single day. I turn it on at the beginning of the day, beginning of the morning. I turn on the song. While the song plays, I go in and I comment places. I go in and I share my link. I go in and I engage with my Dream 100 people, even though they don't even know who I am yet and they don't know I exist. I go in and I add a hashtag to a post and I have a dialogue back and forth. I'll drop a link in a network. I do all of that in 10 minutes because, guys, I'm a mom of 6 kids and I can't even work on my business full time. So I know what it's like to feel like, oh my word, I can't do it all. I get it. I've been there. I am there. The reality, though, is we all have 10 minutes that we can devote to loving our people. So pick 2 tasks, pick a post, pick 2 tasks, go do that post, and rinse and repeat. Do that until your 10 minutes is up, and then do it again tomorrow, do it again the next day, do it again the next day. And before you know it, your audience is hooked. They're landed, and you're own that traffic, and you're growing your email list, and you're even ready to give them your offer. So how can we do this? Let's say those of you are starting from 0. You're like, okay, Rachel, I don't know what groups to join. Well, Facebook has a little search bar. Type up there. So if you're in like cleaning, like Sarah with decluttering, I keep telling you her story, go up to the search bar and type in cleaning and see what pops up. You'll find groups to join. If you're like, I don't know where my hashtags to use, well, go use one hashtag and see what influencers are using it for other hashtags. You can do this with just 10 minutes a day. If you're starting from 0, though, let's say you've got 0. How from 0? Like, Rachel, I've never done this before. I'm such an introvert. I can't do this. You can, guys. I promise you can. My favorite tip is to go to your Dream 100. Now, a lot of times we think that our Dream 100 has to participate and has to promote us. They don't. Guys, Russell, I'm pretty sure he didn't know who I was even 6 months ago. Okay, he didn't know who I was. I was still able to use the ClickFunnels audience and the ClickFunnels group to grow my own audience, and not in a way where you've ever seen me drop my link into his community. but I was still able to grow my business using ClickFunnels. And that's not the only business I've done this with. I've done this with my Dream 100. You collect your list of your Dream 100, your Dream 100 people, your Dream 100 interest groups, your Dream 100 hashtags, your Dream 100 pages. You go and collect. Let's say you're like, well, I can't come up with 100. Okay, well, you have 5. If you have even 5 people in your Dream 100, you can use this. Those Dream 100 are where your audience is. I call that your niche neighbors. A niche neighbor is the person who has that neighborhood you want to move into. You want that person to be your neighborhood. How many of you guys, when you're house shopping, you go and visit the house at night and see what the cars are like? You walk around the neighborhood and see what the neighbors are like. Do they have a loud dog? Will they mind if my kids leave the bike on the sidewalk all day? You want to go see what the neighborhood vibe is like and see if you want to be part of it. That's what you're doing with your Dream 100. Think of them not as competition. You're not coming in to poach their audience. You're coming in to see if you can be the best neighbor for them that they've ever had in their whole lives. How do you do that, though? You do that on your page. So this is your page. You do this on your page with posts. Do this on your page with posts. We've also got comments here. Sorry, guys. Okay, so this is what your page looks like. You've got your page name, your profile, you've got the description of your post, you've got the content of your post, you've got comments that fill the post, you've got likes and reactions and shares that come into your content. You're going to use your content on your page to connect to other pages on Facebook. Does that sound hard? It's not. Once you have those 5 or those 10 or those 100 people that are your Dream 100 that you know you want to connect to, once you have them, you tag them. Now, here's the thing. If I tagged Russell Brunson on a post with my lead magnet and I said, I got 15 ways to solve your XYZ and I'm going to tag Russell, how well do you think that's going to go for me? It ain't going to go for me very well at all. So what do you think I need to put in this? I want to tag them, but I want to tag them in a way that what? Makes them look good, makes them feel good, makes their lives better. Because I'm going to be a good neighbor. I'm not moving into the neighborhood to steal my neighbor's tulips. I'm coming in thinking, she's got nice tulips. I should probably plant some nice tulips too, because otherwise I look like that neighbor with all the weeds, right? Okay, am I not the only one who moved into a nice neighbor, had a nice neighbor move in and suddenly felt like I had to take care of my yard better? It's the same thing, right? You're coming in to be that good neighbor. So you want to tag them. You want to feature them. Feature them in a way that makes them look good. You have a little side thing that happens when you do this. When you feature other experts that other people in your community know, love, and recognize, when you feature them, your audience instantly starts putting you on a similar platform as them in their minds, subconsciously. So you're telling your audience without having to say, I'll help you just like Russell, because that comes across really arrogant and frankly wrong, okay? So what you're doing though is you're subliminally helping them realize that you are there to help them just like that other person. So I want you to think of your Dream 100, who's already helping your customers, not helping them the same way that you're gonna help them, but helping them in a complimentary way. The type of person that you would want to have promote you and that you would want to promote. You want to go in there, you want to feature them, you want to tag them. You're also going to tag relevant peeps. Okay, so how do I do that? I will go into the ClickFunnels group and I go over to members. When you're in the members area, you can scroll down, you can see all the friends. Well, I'm going to mentally, I actually add them to a friend list, which is something we told you. Yeah, I can totally talk, y'all. That's something we taught you inside of the lead challenge. We showed you how to create friend lists. So I go into the group and I have a friend list. And whenever I'm going to create a piece of content that I'm going to use one of my Dream 100 for. I'm going to go into that list. I'm going to see who's relevant. And in the comments, I'm going to tag not Russell. I'm going to tag someone who's already Russell's biggest fan, because then we're both talking about Russell, which builds up Russell, but it also builds up my page, and it helps me be associated with that Dream 100 person who doesn't even know who I am at that point. Guys, this has worked over and over and over again. And you don't need 100. Eventually, I want you to have 100, but you can start with just 5 or just 1. So what do? You want to create that post like you've been making all along, and then you want to promote that post. You want to promote that post, but you don't want to promote that post all at once. Okay, so you're going to post, then you're going to promote. You're going to pick a way of promoting. You're going to promote your post. You're not going to promote all at once. You're going to promote a post in stages. So you're going to promote 2 times. You'll pick another post and post it 2 times. The next day or later on, you're going to go back and post it again 2 other times, 2 different places. You're going to promote multiple times because you're making lots of hooks for your audience. After you're done, then it's the fun time. Then you get to collect your audience. Okay, let's go on back. Let's see. Oh, I got one more page, y'all. This is awesome. It's a good day. Now we're going to collect our audience. So we have our giant funnel, right? We've been collecting this audience all along. We've got people who've engaged with us. We've got people who've landed. We've got traffic that we own. We want to collect them. Now, because you have a page, you are able to collect. What does this look like? This means this audience right here is people who are cold. They don't know who you are. Those are the people who you're targeting for your Dream 100. The neighborhoods that you want to join. Now, Dream 100 could be a person, like I said, Russell earlier, but it could just be an interest level too. You could connect yourself to an interest, or one of those accounts that is like Goalcast. It doesn't have a single person in it, but it's like a topic or a theme. So don't think it just has to be a person. Your Dream 100 could be a page or a group. So you're going to collect them. You're going to target this as a cold audience, and then if you're advanced, you're going to have a lookalike. You're going to create audiences as that. Now, if you're like, how do I create an audience? Well, guys, it's a step-by-step process, and I have that step-by-step process for you in the one-pager. I both show you a video where we go through, okay, here's the page, here's your posts, here's how we're going to collect everyone who this whole past month has been engaging on your content, and we're going to put them into this bucket of people, this custom audience that you can drive traffic to again. We're going to show you how to do that step-by-step inside the one-pager. And we even have screenshots. So you guys, if you like video, we got a video for you. If you like screenshots, I got screenshots for you. We have it broken down so you know, take this step, then take the next step. Okay, so you want to collect your cold audience. Your goal here is to get them to engage. Then you want to collect your warm audience. And your warm audience is anyone who's engaged with your page. So page engagement. That's somebody who's liked a post. That's why we talked about those different types of content that you're going to create. You're going to collect different types of engagement. People who've liked posts, saved posts, shared posts, stopped and viewed. All of those people have engaged with your page. You can also have people who are part of your group. As this, you can have people who, and there's a way you can do groups. I don't know if I'll have time to put it in the one pager, but basically you take a video from your page and you share it into a group. Even other groups that you don't own, if you have permission to do that, if it's not seen as spammy, and you can collect that entire audience who watches that video. Okay, so page engage, group. You could also do video views. So I typically will make a 3-second audience because they saw my content. So they are aware that I exist. They might remember my face. I left 10-second video views audience collecting because that audience intentionally watched me. And I really, really love 75% video views because that audience loved me so much, they stayed for a while. So that tells Facebook this person is really your person because they stayed. And then the next audience that you're going to collect is owned. So this would be your own email list. And this could be your list of email. It could be your list of SMS. It could be your list of buyers even. Now, all of these custom audiences, we show you how to make them inside of one pager. So you don't need to be like, oh my word, I'm so confused. We walk you through step by step how to collect that audience. You've been posting your content. That's the hard part. This part's easy. You do this work one time. You create the page engagement audience one time. And guess what? Facebook uses it for life of your page. You only have to do this once. Do you remember what I told you about how I was at that connected with peers at something like Two Comma Club? And I have somebody in the room with me that is cheering me on, guiding me forward and encouraging me and kicking me in the pants. And Ruth told me, do the work once that you can use again and again and again. That's what happens when you create your custom audiences. You make it once and it literally works for you forever. So this is worth that 10 minutes of time to go through the one pager, guys, because I'm going to walk you through step by step how to create your custom audiences. And then the last step is to make an ad. Now, we are not making an ad today. That's what we're going to cover tomorrow. It's not enough to just collect that audience if you just leave them in the lurch. How many of you guys have collected the number of someone that you really wanted to reach out to later? Like you're at an event, you've got somebody that you've connected to, even here in one funnel away, and then you lost their number or you forgot their name and you lost them in the message threads, right? You didn't get to follow up with them. It's not enough to collect them. You need to actually follow up. And that's what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to make your ad. Today, though, all I need you to do is post and promote and collect your custom audiences. We're going to show you how. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all of you. I love that you're following along, that you've invested in yourself, in building your funnel, because I know what that's going to do for your people as you invest in them and you help them invest in themselves. Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. All right, you guys, that was the first part of Traffic Week. I hope you guys are loving it. As you know the exercise. There's a one pager down below that Rachel put together for you. There's a video of her showing you the actual tactics, what she's talking about, as well as the rest of the assignments. So down here below, click down here, get the one pager right now. And that's it, you guys. Go do your homework, do your assignment, and get prepared for day number 2 of Traffic Week tomorrow. We'll be bringing Rachel back, which is so exciting. With that said, you guys, there's the link for one pager, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.